One love to the humble, one love to the humble, one love to the humble. May grace and peace be multiplied unto you. Got a request from the good brother Trey Day. Trey Day is famous on this channel, at least to me. Whether he's famous to you or not, I don't know, but he's famous to me. And I gotta start doing some new things with this channel. I mean, I'm gonna just be real with y'all. I don't really do this for money. I don't do this for any of that. I mean, I'm not like a lot of content creators. I'm not up here every day. I'm not posting videos every day. I'm not doing all of that. You know what I'm saying? It's not that that's wrong or it's a problem. I just don't do it as much as I probably could do it. I mean, I'm doing it to share things and my thoughts and my ideas, and hopefully somebody in the Black community pick it up and try to go a different way and do something different with their life. That's the real reason why I do it. I don't want you to be a victim. I don't want you to see yourself as a victim. I want to see yourself as a victor, meaning you can overcome any situation. And just because you didn't overcome it, it don't mean that you are it doesn't mean that somebody's holding you down. Sometimes it's just us in the way. You know what I'm saying? We're in our own way sometimes, meaning like we blocking our own progress. It really ain't nobody else. But it's easy to do that, to blame somebody else, because that's what we've been told and trained to do. But I could probably do a lot more with my videos than I do. I mean, I do a lot of other things that's not on camera. I don't always pop up my camera. That's not how I live my life. I don't make a living off of this. This is just something that I do to help somebody. But maybe I can put more work into it and make it into something much bigger than it is. I ain't got there yet. I haven't decided that yet. We'll see what 2026 got in store. But anyway, I don't want to talk you to death about that. The point of this is this video, and it's by the request was from a good brother Trey Day, and so he asking if the Black Panther Party was here today, would they be able to push the gangs out of the Black community? Here's what I really think about that. Considering what I know about these type of organizations and how they operate. Now, I don't know everything, so somebody might come in the chat and try to be like, oh, no, you don't know what you're talking about. I don't know everything. I'm going to share what I know. So what I know, what I understand, I don't think that they would necessarily push the gangs out. Could they push the gangs out? Absolutely. I believe they could, but I don't believe that's what the route they would take, because that would mean there would have to be some type of violence against other Black people. And I'm not saying that it ain't called for at times, but I don't think that that's what they would resort to first. I think that what they would do is they would be able to negotiate situations. You know what I'm saying? They'll be able to negotiate, because the whole goal is to not fight each other and keep each other safe. So what I think they would do, instead of fighting, I think they would sit out, the Black Panther Party would try to sit out and negotiate with them about what's going on. Now, I do believe that once they sit down, negotiate, try to compromise on like not harming kids, not hurting the community that they live in, and do more protecting than hurting people, then I think that would be okay. But if they, I think also if they wasn't able to accomplish that, and they kept on hurting innocent people, and they gang wars and innocent people was getting hurt, then I believe they would do it. But the only problem they would have is then they would be no better than the gangs if they resorted to the same thing the gangs are doing. Now they would be labeled just the same thing if they ended up getting into beefs with gangs, and then you got a war going back and forth, Black Panther Party between whatever gang it is. I think that would be harmful. I think they would see that as harmful to what they're trying to accomplish, because then they wouldn't be no better. It has to be a superior organization that's that they have to be seen as the superior organization. But if they stoop down to that level, then they would be just the same. So they get nothing accomplished. They just adding on to the problem that's already there. So what I think they would do is try to negotiate. Like you probably have heard some of the things that Tupac was doing, like having the gang members like between this hour and this hour, don't be out because the kids are out. So then from later times, this time you have this amount of time to do what you're gonna do. But when the bus is running, when the kids in the street, don't do your stuff then. Do it on the off time. I mean, I know that don't sound like it's helpful, but I don't see how they could completely stop the gang unless they just eliminated them altogether, and that would take violence. And I don't know how much violence they was ready to put. I don't know how much energy they was ready to put into that type of work, because they had chapters all over the United States at the time, and they were doing a lot of work. So I don't think they would push them out. I don't think they can stop them. I think it would have to be some type of negotiation. And I will also say that, but the problem is you're going to have the people supporting the Black Panther Party. They will have to support it, because if the people don't support it, it's not going to work. And now, these days, I don't see Black people on that type of time. I don't see it. I see white people. White people probably would support it before Black people did. That's what I see. Because I don't think Black people really would be into it like that. Not today, because it would call for accountability. It would call for people to be upright. It would call people to be, good citizens. We're not that anymore like we used to. We always had people doing crazy stuff. Don't get me wrong. But we always had majority of the people was upstanding people, stood for what was right. They stood for what was right. Now it's kind of like we don't really have the same morals anymore, the same values. We don't value the same thing we used to. There's always been people shooting and hurting other people, but you didn't do it in a way that you hit innocent people. The goal is to get the person you after, not innocent people that has nothing to do with it. But we got into this way where they got these switches and they got all kind of things now where they got military grade weapons that's shooting hundreds of rounds a minute in street fights, in street wars. Now in the combat zone, they got this for one person. They shoot them up 100 rounds, let off in a minute or less, and it's for one person. It's an overkill, but that's what's going on. So when you really look at it, I don't know if the people is ready for it. Not today. I don't think so, and for a different reason than before. But I don't think they're ready for it. I think we have went backwards in the Black community. We haven't progressed now. We've regressed. In the past years, long time ago, they were doing better than us in every area. They was doing better than us. The Black people back then were doing better than us, marriage-wise. They was doing better than us, childbirths inside of wedlock. They were doing better than us in education. They was doing better than us financially, because they wasn't dependent. They couldn't go to depend on somebody to give them a job. For them to survive, they had to create their own jobs or create their own way of living. We're not used to doing that anymore. We're comforted now, so it's hard to come out your comfort zone and do something so difficult as starting a business. You know, they had more control over their life than we do now. Even though we think that, I'm not saying having separation is good, but what I'm saying is it keeps you unified. And certain groups of people who like us, we don't do well these days. We don't do well individually like we used to. We used to do pretty well, worried about ourselves. But when you take that away and you make everybody believe that it's got to be a group thing, then you only gonna be strong as your weakest link. So if everybody sees us as a group, no matter what a person does, everybody gonna have to take that hit for it. Because as an individual, you can say, well, that individual did this and that individual messed up. But when you see us as a group, it don't matter how good I'm doing. If majority of these people who represent me are doing bad, then I'm gonna get lumped in the same category with them, even though I'm nowhere near them, even though I'm not even living that type of lifestyle. I'm still gonna be looked at as the same as them. We need to get back to being individuals again, so the people who are bad can be counted as that, and we don't have to stand beside people who misrepresenting the race. I got off subject a little bit, but I think what I said was important. But back to the point. The point is, I think they could exist. I think they could do some good. They could be a good benefit, but I don't think a lot of people are ready for that right now. We're too busy doing too many things that has no morals and no values. If we can get, they can teach the morals and values again and do what they used to do, then it would be good. I mean, the programs they had, the way they used to help the community, now would be a good time for that. You know, providing lunches and food and stuff like that for those children in poverty, and then for those children whose parents are furloughed right now and can't get a job. I mean, we don't have a job and not get paid. So the thing I say is they could come back and they could do some good work, but I don't think they're gonna be able to drive out the gangs. I think the only thing they can do is find a way to coexist, if that was the case, to work together for a better goal, not necessarily to take them out. Because to take them all the way out, you have to erase them off from the map, and that ain't gonna work. It's gonna cause more problems than good. That's my take on it. All right, y'all take care.